I'll give you an example of that too. In the early 90s, Yamaha came out with an audio chip that allowed me to polyphonically run different audio files. So I created a box at the time, custom audio replay unit that allowed us to run multiple files at the same time. And then I figured out that if I could randomize file delivery and loop some of them, I could create a forest that sounded real, because I could loop wind in tree and loop another wind in tree. And I could add 100 or 200 audio samples of animals that could randomly arrive, right? So now you're creating an audio environment. And so that went really well up to the point that Yamaha decided to stop making that chip. And then all of a sudden I'm scratching my head, and we bought a batch more so that we could create more, and we could, we had spares. But obviously, as an equipment manufacturer, you now have a problem, because all of a sudden your technology that you're dependent on has been pulled out from underneath you. Now, what we've done is, in the early days of QuickSilver development, I sat down with the team and I said, look, this is what my Liberty unit used to do. This is how it used to work. This is what it did. This is how I made it happen. These are the parameters that are really important. Let's look at that. And they developed an equivalent of the Liberty unit running on a computer, right? As a stereo or dual mono unit, so that we could do exactly the same. And within weeks, they could do way more than I could even do with that custom chipset from Yamaha that I originally designed this thing with. So we took it way beyond where we were with that. But now we're using an Intel computer, a little Intel computer. Now, Intel is not about to stop building computers. I think we'll all agree on that, which means that in 10 years' time, I will not have a problem whereby Yamaha pulled a chip and I'm done because I can no longer make these things. Yes, they'll have another computer. It'll be more powerful, so we'll be able to do even more. And we've already done that. We started off with a stereo unit, and I've always said to the guys, really what I want is an 8-channel unit, minimum 8 channels, so that I could put speakers in the corner of the room up top, 4, and I want 4 low down, because if you think about what happened in the 70s with quadraphonic systems, people love them because you can actually get audio all the way around people, right? And so I wanted to go a step beyond that and have 4 high speakers and 4 low speakers. And in fact, if you look around my music room, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are my low speakers. Right? So I actually have an 8-speaker setup here. So I've been asking the guys to extend this stereo thing and give me 8 channels. And they're like, nobody wants that, Maris. We'll never use it. And in the end, I'm like, damn it, I really want this thing. I really want you guys to make this work. And I'm like, all right. And I went on a trip, in the old days when we traveled to places. I went to a trip somewhere and I came back a couple of weeks later and they're like, hey, that 8-speaker thing you'd set up in the edit suite? And I'm like, yeah, you need to go and listen to that. It really does sound quite nice. It's pretty cool, actually. So now we have things like ducks landing on a pond behind me, and we have a jet fighter flying over, and we have a helicopter doing a circle around me and landing in front of me. So all of these kind of things. And I said, yeah, we liked it so much that we can do 32 channels now. So you can see, with the enthusiasm, how we can create, we got better processors than what we started off with even 2 years ago. So all of a sudden, these additional capabilities start to happen. And it's incredible what happens when you can start taking the basic concept and you let these guys loose on it, and now everybody's ideas start to flow, and you end up with products that are just extraordinary, and that's QuickSilver.